Welcome back! In this month's episode of Credit Camp, we're covering budget building. The backbone behind any solid score starts with fiscal responsibility. That means being aware of how much money you actually have and spending it wisely. Most people refer to this as budgeting. Solid budgeting can help you stay on top of your bills and prevent credit crushing over spending. To get started, calculate your monthly income and budget down to zero. Here's what that means. Let's say you bring in roughly $3,000 per month. In order to budget to zero, you should allocate each and every dollar of that income to a specific bill, item, or activity on paper until you reach $0. Before you start spending, write down the exact amount of cash flow you have to work with, followed by a list of your expenses and their cost. First, cover all of your mandatory bills, such as your mortgage, rent, car payment, and any other set obligations. Next, see how much is left over for other necessities, such as groceries, home supplies, and personal care products. Try to be mindful of the level and price of the items you choose to purchase in this category. Just because you want the $20 fillets and $30 hair products doesn't mean your budget will always have room for them, so please pick accordingly. Instead of steak, try chicken. Instead of name brand, go for generic. Next, try to put 20% of your income into savings. If 20% isn't quite doable, put away an amount you feel comfortable with. You may want to speak to a financial advisor to find the best place to store your rainy day funds, but typically a 401k, IRA, or Roth IRA are great ways to build wealth and prepare for the future. Lastly, once all of your bills, necessities, and savings have been covered, take a look at your remaining amount and designate those dollars to resolve any old debts that may be hurting your scores. If you're all caught up, then use those funds for the fun stuff. Depending on how much money is left, plan a night out at your favorite restaurant. Buy that tech gadget you've had on your wish list. Or heck, if your budget allows it, go for the $30 shampoo. The key is to always have enough money to pay your bills on time and to only buy everyday items that you can afford. For best credit results, instead of using cash, charge your monthly expenses on a low-interest, rewards-based credit card. Just make sure you always have the money in your account to support each purchase, and remember to pay your statement balance in full and on time each month. For larger ticket items like a car or a home, a new line of credit may be necessary. If and when you are ready for bigger purchases like these, you may not have the full amount on hand, but you should always budget enough to make sure that your monthly payments are easily covered. Here's a recap. 1. Calculate your monthly income. 2. Based solely on the amount of money you bring in each month, allocate each dollar to a specific bill, category, or activity on paper before you start spending. This is known as budgeting to zero. 3. For best credit results, use a low-interest or rewards-based credit card to pay for everyday expenses. Pay your statement balance in full each month, and never charge an item that can't be backed up with cash. Stay tuned for more credit tips and tricks flying your way soon, campers.